Namaste. Welcome. It's time to meditate together. This morning, I wanted to utilize a little bit of work we've been doing in the Shiva Sutras and just sort of keep chipping away at this Sutra 2.10 that we're currently doing. You can see the quote that's on the screen. I'll be getting to that in just a moment. So in Sutra 2.10, we're presented with this concept that when our focus slips in meditation, we slip into dreams, into thoughts. And this is because the dreaming state is more subtle than the waking state and is basically closer to the realm that we're in when we're in a state of meditation. But the important aspect to sort of utilize from this concept is that sometimes we actually are able to access the state of meditation from what would feel like a sleepy state. A lot of times when you are meditating, it does sometimes feel like you're sort of falling asleep. It's just sort of like a similar sensation. And the place that you go to when you sleep that recharges you every night, magically, if you will, is basically the same place we're going to recharge when we meditate. The difference is that we're going to that place um, with our awareness, and that's the difference. And so here, Lakshmanjoo is talking to us about an idea of really trying to keep that awareness going. Keep that awareness going as you enter the state of meditation, or as you allow yourself to transition from the waking state towards what would feel like almost like a sleepier state. And so he says here, when through meditation in continuity, meaning when you keep your focus over a period of time, your thoughts become ever more subtle. So when your thoughts start to feel more subtle, then you will feel that you are about to go to sleep. A sensation many of you can probably relate to. Sometimes you do fall asleep. He says those who can maintain awareness do not actually fall asleep though. He says they enter the junction, Turya, the real state of being. So meditation is a process of relaxing deeply, both physically, but also relaxing our thoughts and allowing our mind to actually soften like our physical body would. And as you allow all that softening to occur, the tendency is to lose awareness and to slip into dreams. But we don't have to. In fact, in that transitional space, there is an opportunity to directly access the foundation of all awareness, here called Turya in the Shiva Sutras, also called the witness. And so let's work with that in our meditation practice today. Hopefully you're already in a comfortable seated position. Though this sutra does reference sleeping, we won't be lying down for this practice. You can probably do that somewhere else. And so yeah, but the seat should be relaxed though. So your sit bones firmly through the cushion or the block or the floor, wherever you're at. And then you just rise up from there. And then with that effort of rising up through the spine, then you have to soften around it though. You have to soften in the shoulders, soften in the back. Swallow, release in the throat, release the jaw. Let the forehead soften, let the eyelids soften. Even if the eyes are open, your gaze is still relaxed and soft. Just take a moment to scan and to try and feel this unified feeling of generally relaxing in our physical body, yet maintaining that upright posture. And to help you with this, something that has helped me is imagine yourself at the end of a yoga class when you lay on the mat for Shavasana. Imagine, you know how we say, let the floor support you? Well, try that now. Sort of without laying down, but just imagine how much you would relax laying down. And let those shoulders finally let go. Let the muscles of the back release any extra tension they carry. The back of the head soften. Just imagine yourself releasing into the floor in Shavasana. And as your body's able to move towards a more relaxed state, your breath will be easier to feel. As the body relaxes, the breath is more tangible. Then you can gently deepen your breath flow in order to connect with it and to really feel it move. Not like doing a pranayama, but just gently extending your breath. And you have to let the process unfold. Just like when you're trying to go to sleep at night, you don't just flip the switch and fall asleep. You have to participate in a unique way in the process. You have to feel the sensations, and you have to allow yourself to be guided towards a more subtle state. And we can bring the mantra hum to the inhale, sa to the exhale, silently with your breath. Hum, sa. And having this mantra will allow you to hold that awareness as you transition to a more subtle state of being, so that you don't slip into a dream so easily. The quote describes the junction point, the junction between wakefulness and the subtler state, the dreamlike state. If you don't enter the junction, you slip into a dream, you slip into a thought. It happens all the time. But there is the opportunity that as you relax the mind and hold your awareness, that you'll feel a space open up that is not a thought, but is an experience. And we have this opportunity in a small way between each breath as well. Between each inhale and exhale, there is a moment of a pause. You can't hold it to feel it, you just have to be there and experience it, the space between each segment of your breath. It's okay to use some effort to smooth out the breath. But as you approach the end point of each segment, notice how there's even a pause in effort during that pause in the breath. And allow yourself to enter that junction, enter that gap. throughout the practice, you have to draw your focus back and reapply your effort. And this is you sort of drawing out of a dream into the waking state where you apply effort. And then as you apply that effort, the effort of stilling the body, smoothing the breath, and repeating your mantra, you try to soften that effort. Feel the softening. And see if you can maintain your awareness as you relax your mind. Namaste. Thank you for practicing today. As you continue to work with that practice in your own practice, because it's a very simple thing to bring into your daily practice, this junction, the space between the breaths, you might notice there are moments when you feel like you stop breathing, and that's nothing to be concerned about. Your body will always kick in and breathe when you need it to. But it is a unique experience that's worthy of, exploration. And so again, we're not trying to hold our breath, but rather allow the breath to pause and try to be there for that experience as a way of looking at this idea of entering the junction, both between the breaths and between the waking and dreaming state. Have a great day. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow morning. Oh, and and then we'll be continue to explore the Shiva Sutra 2.10 in tomorrow's Thursday class, April 9th. And we'll continue exploring it here in these meditations for a little bit longer too, probably another week.